Virgo, hi. So this is going to be a reading for August 4th through the 10th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Virgo. The overall energy for the reading, the Chariot. I'm looking at the energies in the reading and I'm seeing a little bit of commotion here. And I don't want to be telling you what this message is saying, but I gotta. That opens up the reading. It says you're on the right path. I look at the energies and I'm like, okay. But bear with me. The universe might be onto something there. In the recent past, the Knight of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Tower. Okay. Is that a mismatch between your intuition and your energy in the sense, in the way that it's moving? Because it's like, I see your intuition right there kicking in, and I see you listening to it. But let's say your intuition says, don't go there, and you're already heading in that direction, so you're kind of slowing down, but still going there. When your intuition says, do not. So by the time you get there to really see that you shouldn't go there, it's too late. You're already there, type of a thing. So it kind of looks a little bit like that, where it's like your intuition told you something, and you still went on a little slower. Maybe you were thinking you were going to trick your intuition. Maybe you were thinking like, I gotta go see what does my intuition know from all the way here to over there. I gotta go see with my own eyes. And you saw that your intuition was right. Okay. In the current situation, the Two of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Five of Cups. You got a lot on your shoulders here. Like, you're giving me a sense of pushing through, moving forward, doing your thing. You know, you are moving forward here. You are going in a direction, and it looks good. But you're carrying a lot on your shoulders. There's a lot of stuff going on for you here. A lot of stuff from the past. A lot of stuff running through your mind, which creates this burden. The Virgo here is unsettled. He's twitching his ear. And I can hear it. Because it's banging on the edge of a box that he's sitting in. Anyways. So, yeah, quite burdensome energy here. In the immediate future, the Two of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Hermit. Whew, that's such a nice energy. Slow as fuck for me as a fire sign, but man, it feels good, especially in contrast with those energies right there. You are slowing down, big time. Way slower than over there when you didn't listen to your intuition. Maybe taking even a vacation or something. I don't know what you're doing here. But man, you're going inward. And it feels good. It feels good because you're connecting to your true self. So I'm not sure if you're waiting for something here too. But yeah, not a lot is happening here, but I prefer it that way instead of seeing those energies. Because this is slowing you down. Big time. From all the burdens, everything that I see in there. Okay. Let's clarify. Let's see the Chariot. The Death card, the Six of Wands, the Temperance card. Ooh. Such a hit. Remember when the universe said here, hey, you're on the right track? It shows something ending. And you might not see that that's a good thing until later on. So you may not recognize that, hey, it's for the better. Not yet, at least. Because I see you coming in with your energy, recognizing that, hey, that was actually, yeah, I'm glad it happened, but way later. So not right now. Okay. Let me do the Knight of Pentacles in the recent past, the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Page of Pentacles. And as you were heading towards where your intuition told you don't go there, you look pretty good in your energy. You look super clear. You look super balanced. Your heart is open, you know, heart up your sleeve there. It's a great energy. It's a great intention. You know, you're coming from the best place possible. Let's do the High Priestess, the Magician, the Fool, the Ten of Swords. You set yourself up for this one, not knowing that you're doing so. How, if you go back, if you've dealt with a situation in which initially it felt okay-ish and then it ended in disaster, if it even ended there, but it turned south fast. When you manifested for this, because we all have manifestations whether we know it or not, sometimes we're very much aware of them, but when you manifested for this, whatever this was fear present in your manifestation? Because if it was, and I see it there, then you set yourself up for this going south. Yeah, you're open. You're like, hey, universe, give it to me. But then there's a side note there for the universe saying, hey, I'm kind of scared that it's not going to happen, or if it is going to happen, I'm kind of scared too. So I'm kind of scared of this manifestation, universe. So yeah, I'm scared of, you know, depending on what kind of fears you're bringing in, you know, fear of failure, fear of abandonment, you know, there's definitely a variety of those in there, but at least one of those was in there. So let's do the Tower, the Seven of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Five of Swords. And then no matter how much you try to make it work, it's very, very difficult. Because I see someone being like, no, we gotta, okay, it went south, now we gotta pick it back up and make it go north. Yeah, we gotta do that, we gotta focus on that. Instead of focusing on what the fuck made it go south. Nobody focused on that here. At least not you. You're focusing on, let's pick it back up and make it go north. Not at that time. I think maybe now, with all of these burdens, you're starting to focus more on what made things go south. For the Two of Swords, in the current situation, you get the Empress, the Moon, the Eight of Cups. You've lost that connection to your heart, to yourself here. You're completely emotionally disconnected from your true power, and you're all up in your head, completely lost in there. Let me do the Knight of Swords, the Strength card, the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. And then there's this other side of you that is just trying to move on. You know, it's just trying to let me live my life. Let me do the best I can with what I got, type of a thing. And you're doing it. You're doing it. When it comes to that situation, because again, I'm not sure if that really went south and if it ended, or if it kind of stayed at the southern border there, but lingering. So I don't know what happened, but as far as that's concerned, that's where you lost complete touch with your heart, and you're only up here with it. As far as your day-to-day life goes and what you're trying to do out there, you're actually looking good there. You're actually looking like, you know, I'm doing my best. Yes, you are, because you're looking quite good in that energy. And that's, I think, where you're trying to shift your whole focus. But this is not letting you. For the Five of Cups, in the current situation, you get the Ace of Swords, the Chariot, the Queen of Cups. You may actually get closer and closer to the point in which you understand that something within that craziness over there was actually meant to be. It was supposed to probably teach you to come back to your heart, which you didn't do quite yet, but you're telling me it's work in progress. I got a bunch of healing to do from that. Okay, so there's that realization, there's that awareness. Okay, we're good. As long as you're starting to be more and more aware over that. Because I'm guessing that it's not only what happened there that needs a look at and healing. It's whatever that situation brought to the surface for you as well, in terms of past traumas, limiting beliefs, all sorts of things, blockages that may be found through you that have nothing to do with that situation. It's just that situation brought it to the surface for you. So that could mean a lot of healing that you've gone through and will be going through. Okay. For the Two of Wands in the immediate future, you get the Hierophant, the King of Wands, the Three of Wands. Oh, okay, so you're not... Okay. This is an indication of you not jumping into the next best thing, you know, that shows up. Kind of giving yourself time for yourself, but leaving a sense of openness. If anything shows up along the way as an experience and it feels good, I'm open for it. But you're not searching. You're not throwing yourself into, again, the next best thing or whatever. So just to have plenty of time to deal with that, you are giving yourself that time and space. Good. Let's do the Four of Swords. In the immediate future, you get the Wheel of Fortune, the Emperor, the Four of Wands. As you slow down here and as you take your time, you know, with all of this experience, which again, even if it's concluded in the physical, which I don't even think that it is, energetically it's definitely not concluded, so there's a lot of healing still coming through from that experience for you. But as you just slow down here and take it easy and, you know, take care of yourself and all of that, you start aligning more with yourself. There is a spark of hope that shows up, which is interesting because I didn't see it up until now. I usually see it a little earlier than this. But this is kind of shown up in a way of, hey, only if they show up in the right way, I'll be open to this and I'll come back to this and I'll address this once more. If not, probably not. So the right way, meaning a healthy way that would match your energy. Okay. So it's a little bit of a spark of hope there. That kind of comes through almost out of nowhere. For the Hermit, you get the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Star. And while you slow down here, and while, again, a lot of healing is going through, energies are starting to lighten up a little bit, whereas, again, in the current situation, I feel it more burdensome, a little more, like, heavier energies. Over here, the energies are starting to lighten up a little bit. And you're starting to gain clarity over what it is that you deserve, what it is that you need, what it is that you want, you know? And with that, what it is that you don't want. And that's not good for you. But this is a beautiful energy once you get to this state, because it brings in a sense of happiness, like internal happiness, because you're finally figuring it out. And it's like, oh man, that feels so good, you know? So definitely a lighter energy here, way lighter. And yeah, clarity over what you deserve, especially. Nice. So it's just a healing journey overall, over whatever the hell went on in there. But let's see what the universe has. The Ace of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Six of Wands. Oh, yeah, well, you're kind of showing up here saying, is there anything I can do to be at the end of this healing journey, to be, you know, done and over with, and then, yay, we're good to go, let's have a party, type of a deal. Because you know that's unrealistic, so you're kind of like, anything, to just be there, you know, final step, and that's it. Which this type of an approach indicates a sense of, you're probably tired of this journey, healing journey, and yeah, of course you would want it wrapped up. You're not there yet, but you're not that far off from that final step of it either. You know, the big chunk of it, at least, the heavier chunk. So just go with the flow. You know, you can't control you know, you can't rush the journey, that's for sure. And you can't control time. So prep for the party, the after party, but don't party yet. But anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.